Welcome to a new module. In this lecture, we'll be talking about SEO audit. So once you start working for any company, once you start working for any project or any client as a freelancer, you need to deliver them report. So that particular report is known as SEO audit. SEO audit is done into different phases. Let me take an example of any project. Suppose you are working as an intern or you are working as a fresher for any company. So you have some target for next 6 months and we need to deliver reports at particular event of time. Let me take a project and make it as 6 month project. So we need to do SEO audit at each small phases. For example, you will be doing a small or basic SEO audit while starting your project, that is on the first day or in the first week or in the first month. That means you know the basic of website and you will have a brief about what your website is doing. So firstly, let us understand what is SEO audit. SEO audit is a process to evaluate your website and understand how friendly your website is for search engine in different number of areas. That can involve regarding your keywords, your analytics, and your on-page SEO, your off-page SEO, and lot more thing. So we have different checklists for different period of time. Let me take an example. So if you have a project for 6 months, suppose you are working as an intern or you are working as fresher or you are working as freelancer. So I have a 6-month project. What I will do is I will create a SEO audit, that is an SEO report, a basic audit on the first month itself or first week, that dependent on you. So you will be creating a basic audit that will involve some checklists so you can understand that okay, this is the current status of our website and we need to fix these particular points. So this is your first report. Now you can track that report again and you can create an SEO audit, that is you can evaluate your website after 3 months or 2 months, that depend on you again. So the second report or the second SEO audit I will be doing is after 3 months and then I will have a different checklist. And at the end of 6 months I will create a big SEO audit that will involve 16 steps and that will look onto on-page, off-page and everything. So usually SEO audit is done after every 2 or 3 months to know how your website is growing into progress. Let me give you a brief idea about what are the points that involve in a big SEO audit. These are the checklist points that involve with big e-commerce. Maybe website which have more than 20 or 30 or 50,000 visitors each day. So they have to plan accordingly. These are not in sequence, I have just included all the points so you can have an idea what SEO audit report involves. So these are some basic points that involve your competitor research, your crawling and indexing, your keyword analysis, on page, your site structure, your strategy and online branding, your execution and your content evaluation, link analysis, as well as your accessibility. So these are some different points and I have included a big description article for them so you can understand them thoroughly. So these points are involved into a big SEO audit that takes approx 4 or 5 days because you need admin access of that particular website as well as you need different variety of tool like Google Analytics, Google Search Console, a premium of Ahref, SEMrush and lot more things. So this is the usual SEO audit that involve a lot of things and this is conducted by big e-commerce site like Amazon, Flipkart, or they can be from corporate side. So there are different terms that are involved for SEO audit. So if someone asks you to give a brief about SEO audit, you can just directly state this 5 points: strategy, technology, content, linking and analytics. So what strategy involved is how your brand is performing into local and what are your different competitors, your keyword and your URL structure. Next thing is technology, which involves your on page, that is how well your titles are, how well your tag are, what is your website speed, have you submitted your sitemap correctly, different type of JavaScript that you are using or there is any render blocking JavaScript, your website speed through GTmetrix or tools.pingdom, or is there any schema that you are using. And then the next thing is content. Are you writing original content or you are writing thin content? How well you are performing on social media. Next important point is linking, that do you have backlinks coming or do you have some interlinking for your post, or are you giving someone a backlink, how well you are performing with the ratio of do follow and no follow. And the next important thing is analytics. So this involves the result of how well you are performing in search result and how many visitors you have and all the different things. So this is a brief thing about SEO audit. In the next lecture, we'll be performing a basic SEO audit using some tools. So I hope you understand what is SEO audit now. SEO audit is nothing but a process to evaluate your website and understand how friendly your website is for search engine into number of areas. So we have different checklists for different point of time. So if you are performing SEO audit for the first time, you will have a different checklist. And if you are performing SEO audit for a big project, you will be having a different checklist. While doing any SEO audit, you have to take care about on which type of website you are applying. So in the next lecture, we will be performing a basic SEO audit.